Adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. So for example, let's find the sum of 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 and negative 3x cubed plus 2x minus 4. Now there are two different ways I've seen to add and subtract polynomials, horizontally and vertically. So first, horizontally, we would just write 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus negative 3x cubed plus 2x minus 4. Now let's combine like terms. So 4x cubed plus negative 3x cubed is 1x cubed. Negative 3x squared is the only squared term, so it comes down. X terms, I've got 2x and 2x. When we add them, we get 4x. In constants, I have 1 and negative 4. 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. So my sum is x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. Okay, vertically, write the first polynomial, 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then underneath it, write the second one, but line up terms with the same degree. So our cube term goes underneath our cubic term, our linear term goes underneath our linear term, and our constant goes underneath our constant. So now just combine the like terms that you've lined up. So we've got 4x cubed and negative 3x cubed, that's 1x cubed. The negative 3x squared comes down, 2x plus 2x is 4x, 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. So we have the same answer. You can add them in whichever format you choose. Okay, so let's now find the difference between negative x squared minus 12x minus 29 and 5x cubed plus 4x minus 7x squared plus 6. So again, we're going to look at it both horizontally and vertically. So first horizontally, write the first, well, our first polynomial isn't going to change, but the second one has this negative applied to all of its terms. So I write the first polynomial, negative x squared minus 12x minus 29. And now remember that negative is going to change the sign of all the terms of the second polynomial. So minus 4x cubed minus 4x plus 7x minus 6. Now let's combine like terms. So I'm going to start with my highest degree term, which is my cubic term. So I've got negative 5x cubed. Let's look for the next highest degree, my quadratic terms. Negative x squared plus 7x squared is 6x squared. Then my linear terms, negative 12x plus negative 4x is negative 16x. And finally, my constants, negative 29 plus negative 6 is negative 35. So my difference is negative 5x cubed plus 6x squared minus 16x minus 35. So looking at this vertically, write the first polynomial, negative x squared minus 12x minus 29. I'm going to apply the negative, the minus to all the terms in the second polynomial, so I'm putting a plus, and then line them up. So changing the sign because of the cubic term, and there's no cubic term to line it up underneath, so we need to put it out to the left. So negative 5x cubed. Okay, changing the sign of the quadratic term turns to positive, so plus 7x squared minus 4x minus 6. And now that they're lined up, add them like we did when we were finding the sum. So combining like terms, bring down my cubic term, negative 5x cubed. Negative x squared plus 7x squared is plus 6x squared. Negative 12x plus negative 4x is negative 16x. Negative 29 minus 6 or plus negative 6 is negative 35. So we have the same difference, negative 5x cubed plus 6x squared minus 16x minus 35. Okay, now let's look at multiplying. Find the product of x plus 4 times 2x squared minus x plus 8. So we need to distribute all of the terms in the first polynomial with all of the terms in the second polynomial. So I need to multiply x times 2x squared and get 2x cubed, x times negative x squared, x times 8 plus 8x, 4 times 2x squared is positive 8x squared, 4 times negative x minus 4x, 4 times 8 plus 32. Now let's combine any like terms. Only have one cubic term, so 2x cubed. I have two quadratic terms, negative x squared plus 8x squared is 7x squared. I have two linear terms, 8x plus negative 4x is positive 4x. And then my constant plus 32. So my product is 2x cubed plus 7x squared plus 4x plus 32. So sometimes when we're finding the product, we have more than two polynomials. So if we're asked to multiply three terms, or three polynomials, such as x plus 3 times x minus 8 times x plus 1, often we will multiply the second and third polynomials first. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the way you'll most often see it done. So I'm going to write the first term, not changing it, x plus 1. And now let's multiply x minus 8 times x plus 1. So remember, x squared, x times x is x squared, x times 1 is 1x, negative 8 times x is negative 8x, negative 8 times 1, negative 8. And I can combine the two linear terms, positive x minus 8x, and get x plus 3 times x squared minus 7x minus 8. Now this becomes like example 3, and we're going to distribute both terms in the first binomial with all three terms in the second trinomial. So x times x squared, x cubed, x times negative 7x minus 7x squared, x times negative 8, negative 8x, 3 times x squared plus 3x squared, 3 times negative 7x minus 21x, and 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. Let's combine our like terms. So I only have one cubic term, x cubed. I have two quadratic terms. I have negative 7x squared and positive 3x squared. They combine to negative 4x squared. I have two linear terms, negative 8x and negative 21x. They combine for negative 29x, and the constant minus 24. So my product is x cubed minus 4x squared minus 29x minus 24.